morning, guys. Today we're going to be talking about dry heat cooking methods. You guys have two sheets in front of you. You have one that looks like this with all your vocab on it, and another one that looks like this. This has dry heat methods and moist heat methods. We're going to be just doing dry heat today. We'll get into this paper in a little bit. Let's go focus on the Quizlet paper for right now. So what we're going to do is what we do whenever we do the Quizlet. We're going to go over the vocab words using the flashcards. But I'm going to have each one of you guys say the words too. On this sheet right here, it has the words. So say we're going to be doing roasting. You're going to find roasting on here. It's alphabetical order. All right, so it's on the back side, roasting, and then you'll know what the definition is. So you'll have it on here, and you'll see it up on the board, okay? Once we go through the words, if you guys feel comfortable, we'll then play scatter. Okay, so you'll get into groups of two. We can do scatter, all right? And then when we're done that, I have a short little worksheet for you guys to see how much you learned. It's just on the words we were just doing. So it's matching, true or false, and fill in the blank. Okay, so that is what we are doing. Let's get started on the note cards. All right, let's start over here. Jason, you want to do roasting? What's the definition of roasting?
Cook food by surrounding the item with hot, dry air that heat up.
I think we're looking at it's on the back, Jason.
No.
Number 40.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Generally requires longer cooking times and is most often used with large cuts of meat, cold birds, or fish.
Okay, yep, that is roasting. All right. All right, how about broiling? All right, that's on the front. Broiling is number 8. Adam?
Rapid cooking method that uses high heat from a source located above the food.
Have any of you had issues broiling at home?
No.
Messing up toast? I know my grandmother uses broiling, and she always burns the one side and the other side's nothing. Does that ever happen to you guys? Do you guys use your broiler at home?
Yeah.
No?
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do? To cook steaks? Yep.
Mac and cheese.
If I ever need something cooked quick, like if I'm trying to just brown the top of, say I'm making lasagna, I'll turn it on broil real quick. Or if I'm making pizza and I want to brown the cheese a little bit, I'll use the broiling method. All right. Baking. Break.
Okay. Using prolonged dry heat acting by convection rather than by thermal radiation, normally in an oven, but also in hot ashes or on hot cinders.
Okay. So there's different ways you can bake. This is pretty much what that is saying. Any questions on baking? All right, grilling. Summertime favorite, grilling. Rob, what about grilling? Number 27.
A simply dry heat method in which food is cooked on a grill rack above a heat source.
Do I have any master grillers in here?
No.
You guys don't grill at home?
I love
I
grilling.
grill.
You guys grill? Yeah, my husband thinks he's the master of the grill now, that I've put him in charge of that. But little does he know that I just marinate it really well and then I let him cook it. All right, how about deep fry? That seems to be a favorite in here. How about deep fry? Kyle, want to do deep fry?
Yeah. Involves surrounding food in hot liquid fat.
Yes. What are some things you want to remember about deep frying? In general.
Not to throw things in the oil.
Don't drop things in the oil, yes, because it could splash. What else?
Water.
Water.
Water and oil don't mix. That's correct, yes.
And I was gonna say like pre-cooked things like
So you have to
par
watch
fry,
it.
like par fry stuff.
Par fry stuff, yep. Par fry our French fries. All right, stir frying. That's a fun one. Ronnie?
Preparing food quickly at high heat in a wok, stirring quickly.
Yes, we do have a wok. You guys will be stir frying, okay? Pan fry. We've done a little bit of this. We will do it again with our gnocchi stuff. All right, so that's a good thing to learn, pan frying. Niddle,
We put things in a pan. Oil.
Number 38.
yep.
Uses minimal cooking oil or fat compared. I don't have it.
You don't have 38? It's on the top and
Right there.
the back.
I'm just reading it.
It's 38.
38?
Exactly. It said 38.
Or 30. Uses minimal cooking oil or fat compared to shallow frying or deep frying. Typically using just enough oil to lubricate the pan, although in case of a greasy food such as bacon, no oil or fats may be needed.
Right, so it's just basically saying some foods create their own fat. Like in the case of bacon, you don't want to put more fat in the pan to cook the bacon and you just have so much fat. You don't know what to do with it. So you just got to watch your oil levels. You're not trying to shallow pan fry, you're just sauteing. All right, in dry heat cooking, food is cooked either, okay, that's number 29. Brandon?
Is by direct heat, like on a grill, or indirect heat in a closed environment, like in an oven.
Yes, so there are the two ways, direct and indirect. Does that make sense to you guys? Right? So direct heat, like the grill, the heat is directly, or indirectly, closed environment like an oven. All right, when some foods are cooked using dry heat, who didn't we get yet? Brianna, did we get you, Bri?
Yeah.
Adam, Kayla, did we get you yet? You want to do this one? That's number 51.
They may lose moisture and become dry.
Right? So you want to really be careful, all right? Because you can overcook things very easily and you'll have dry, tough chicken, let's say, for example. Okay, so you just want to be careful. Sorry. Foods prepared using the dry heat method must be, anyone? I'll do this one. All right, naturally tender or prepared by adding moisture. So if you're going to saute something, you're not going to pick something that is really tough because it's not going to become tender, okay? If you're going to do a tough piece of meat, you'll probably want to choose a moist heat cooking method, which we will get into next week. But you want to try and get something that's naturally tender, like a chicken breast is usually naturally tender, so that's a perfect vessel for a dry heat cooking method. All right, what are some ways we can add moisture? Ways we can add moisture. And we'll go over all of these terms. Larding, larding, and marinating. Now, larding and larding we don't use too often. I will say anymore maybe. Marinating, we definitely do a lot in here. All right, that's our way we incorporate a lot of moisture. You can also use a brine. We brine food sometimes to get the moisture inside. We brined a turkey in here, I believe, was it this year or last year for our Thanksgiving? I feel like last year. And then we deep fried it. We deep fried part of it.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Just last year.
Last year. All right, what is barding? Kyle, number 4, barding.
Order. Wrapping an item with strips of fat before cooking to basically more, making it more moist.
All right, can someone give me an example of this? We've had the asparagus wrapped in bacon. Is that an example of barding?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? That fat, you could wrap your meatloaf. I've seen people wrap meatloaf in bacon and it imparts all that extra flavor and juice into there. Okay. How about larding? I can honestly say I've never larded anything. Sounds like what it is, pretty much. Kayla, what's larding?
Inserting long, thin strips of fat into a large, naturally lean piece of meat with a special leader before cooking to baste the meat on the inside. So this might be useful in something like game meats. Like
any kind of gamey animal, like deer or sometimes pheasant, or dry pieces of meat. So maybe adding in that little extra bit of fat would make your meat a little more moist. All right, what about marinating? We do that a lot in here, marinating. Jason? It's on the front, number 35.
Soaking an item combo of wet and dry ingredients to provide flavor and moisture.
Right, so you just want to be careful the amount of wet and the amount of that you have, because if you have it too wet and you don't wipe off the excess before you go to cook with it, you don't want a wet piece of meat you're trying to saute with, you'll have a big sticky mess. So you just want to be careful, depending on how you're going to be cooking it, what method you choose. All right, dry heat cooking methods without fat. That's number 12. Niddle?
Broiling, grilling, roasting, and baking.
Right, broiling, grilling, roasting, and baking. The methods without fat. Right, why don't you want fat when you're doing these things? Could have a flare up, you're broiling or grilling. Who here has grilled and had too much oil in their marinade and then stuck it on the, and what happens?
Whole thing catches on fire.
Flare-ups, yep. And then your nice piece of chicken breast looks all burnt, but it's just all that charred soot. All right, dry heat cooking methods with fat and oil. Hi. Yes, do you need, what do you need? Pepper? Sure. You got them? That's okay, it's okay. Uh-huh. All right.
I was a teacher. He needed some pepper.
Thanks, Keela. All right, so number 13, dry heat cooking methods with fat and oil. Adam? Number 13? It's also on the
Sauteing, pan frying, stir frying, deep frying.
Right, so you need some oil in your pan, right? So you need that liquid to lubricate your pan so that your food moves around quickly, right? Because when we're doing all these things, we're moving the food around quickly. We're not letting it just sit there and not mess with it. All right, broiled foods. All right, broiled foods, we all know they become brown on top, right? That one. All right, some foods that can be broiled can include tender cuts of meat, young poultry, fish, and some fruits and vegetables. Okay, you're not going to try and broil a large roast beef. Okay, that's not what that cut of meat is used for. Okay, so it's things that are tender cuts of meat, small things. Okay. All right, grilling is excellent for cooking smaller pieces of food, okay? Like I said, you're not going to put a whole roast on the grill and try to grill it, because what do you think will happen to the outside of that roast if you try to grill the whole thing until it's done?
It'll get charred.
It'll get too charred. It'll be all burnt and it won't be tasty. All right, during grilling, no liquid is added to the food. A cook might add a small amount of fat or oil during the cooking process simply to add flavor, okay? That was during the grilling. So you'll see a lot of times they will take their marinade and they will baste it. All right, so if you're doing chicken, you might take some of your marinade with a basting brush, you might baste it to add continuous flavor. If you're gonna do the job, Keelan, you can't be having your face in it. All right, grilled food has what?
Highly flavored outside and moist inside.
Right. So you're caramelizing all those ingredients on the outside of whatever it is. That's why it's so nice and tasty. All right. The flavor of grilled food. What do you think the flavor of a grilled item is going to be?
We just said.
No, not the flavor.
Smoky, slightly.
All right, it's going to be smoky. You're on a grill, right? Smoky, slightly charred due to the fat that melts and drips down into the heat source, along with some of the meat's juices making the flame and smoke. Now, you want to be careful. You don't want too much. But a little bit is good. It adds nice flavor. Cross hatching. Who did some of this cross hatching in here before? All right. You cross hatch yet? No. Jason, what's cross hatching? It's number 10.
Comes from the hot metal grill that the food sits on.
Yes. All right. So get those nice cross hatch marks. Yes, Jason.
It's like what we did with that chicken.
Exactly. Yes, exactly what we did with that chicken. So you get nice grill marks on it, right? So you want that nice cross hatching on your chicken. It's just a sign of your good technique. And I've always heard that you should make sure you get those nice grill marks on either side. All right, because most chefs will check to see if they just do the grill marks on one side and then just flipped it over. So always do the nice grill marks on both sides. All right, used to flavor the grilled food. All right, you can use special woods like mesquite, hickory, or apple. All right, so you can add flavor that way while you're grilling. All right, roasting and baking. All right, so cook foods by surrounding the items with hot, dry air in the oven. As the outer layers of the food become heated, the food's natural juices turn to steam and are absorbed into the food. The juices create a natural sauce. When we were making our roast beef, do you guys remember all the natural juices that accumulated? What was that called? Remember it was au jus?
Au jus,
You
yeah.
guys were asking me what that was? Yep, that's just the natural juices. All right, to bake food. All right, you want to do it uncovered, right? We bake foods with the lid off, right? Depending on what the recipe says, but most of the time you're baking with the lid off. All right, baking food uncovered. All right, it develops a nice golden brown color on top pretty much. That's what we're looking for. So even when we're baking, right, we're looking for that nice golden brown. All right, the exterior of roasted foods, what do you think that looks like? Can I get a person for this one?
Golden brown.
Golden brown, yes. Right, we want a nice golden brown. We don't really want black, charred. That's not what we're looking for there. All right. All right, what about the interior of roasted food? What's the interior going to look like? You guys all have this in front of you. Rob?
Moist and tender.
Moist and tender. All right, foods that can be baked or roasted. 22. Rob?
Fish, tender meats, poultry, and some fruits and veggies.
Yes. All right, so all these items, fish, tender meats, and poultry, some fruits and veggies. All right, griddling. What do we griddle? You guys all know
Pancakes.
Pancakes, right? That's a pretty popular thing. Griddling. All right, it's cooking a food item on a hot, flat surface or in a relatively dry, heavy-bottom frying pan or cast iron skillet. Okay, the goal of griddling, what's our goal when we're using the flat top?
To get the product an even golden brown finish and a slightly crisp exterior texture.
Yes, so like when we're making pancakes, for example, it's going to get a nice golden brown finish, slightly crisp exterior. Same thing when we griddle our cheeseburgers, while we put it on the grill. We want that nice, crispy, even golden brown. We don't just want the hatch marks. So those are some, the two different items that you can use on the griddle. All right, cooking meats on a high heat griddle or in a cast iron pan. All right, results in a high level of browning that gives the finished product a unique taste and texture that is not achieved with other cooking methods. So if you want to get nice caramelized flavor, that's a really good method to do that with. All right, what's often cooked on a griddle or cast iron skillet?
Steaks.
Chops, and chicken breast.
Yes. Steaks, chops, and chicken breast. All right, griddle is also used to prepare griddle cakes, pancakes, right? All right, what is the job of the fat in sauteing? Add some flavor, yes. Adds flavor. All right, things that are often sauteed. All right, meat strips, chicken and fish. So things that can cook quickly. When you're sauteing, it's quick cooking. All right, it's not long, prolonged. All right, what's the literal translation of saute? Yes, to jump. It's to be jumping out of your pan. You're sauteing it. Usually the heat is high. Sometimes things jump out of your pan too, right? Who did something said I burned someone with something, Rob, over there? Huh? Jumped out of the pan?
Wow.
Alright, what are the steps in sauteing? Alright, that's number 44. Ronnie, you want to do the steps of sauteing?
Heat the pan first and add just enough fat to cook the bottom of the pan.
Right. It's very important, that first part, okay? Make sure you heat your pan first. What happens if you don't have a hot pan and you go to stick your chicken in there?
You don't get like that nice sear on the bottom.
Right, you don't get that nice sear on the bottom, then all that moisture.
It starts getting all dry.
Right. Have you guys ever cooked chicken and then you notice, where'd all this water come from? Does that ever happen at home, maybe?
Wait, what?
No? It has to.
What?
So you put all your chicken in your pan. I know my mom does this all the time. I keep telling her, Mom, you have to have a hot pan. She still does it. She doesn't sticks all her meat when she's making her sauce. She puts all her meat in her pot, then turns it on. So then pretty much she's stewing or boiling the beef cubes for our sauce. But she's Mom and she does what she wants. But I try to tell her too. All right, why to saute?
Keeps water and vitamin loss low while gaining a high degree of color and flavor.
Right, so it's quick cooking, okay? So it's going to keep the color, it's going to be good. You're not losing as many vitamins as you do. All right, what items are best to be stir-fried?
Vegetables.
Right, veggies, meats that are cut into bite-sized pieces. So you don't want, a whole carrot. You're not going to stick a whole carrot in your pot to be sauteed, right? It's not going to cook as quickly. All right, to deep fry food, what do we do to deep fry food? Kyle? To deep fry food, 48?
Batter, coated. That's it. Fat and dry and
Yes. All right. How about battering? We've battered some things in here before. Who had to batter their food before? Rob, what's battering?
Don't forget to put the food into some type of batter. Combines dry and wet ingredients, flour, cornmeal, rice flour, beer, milk, wine, water, fine food, usually egg.
Right. It incorporates your wet and your dry ingredients. What did you batter?
Monte Cristo.
Monte Cristo sandwich. Yes, you had a batter for that. All right. What about breading? Middle. I know you've done lots of breading in here. What's the standard breading procedure?
Flour, eggs, and bread.
Flour, eggs, and breadcrumb. Yep. It has the same components as a batter, but they are not blended together. So it also contains wet and dry. They're just put in a different order, and it gives you a different result. All right, food that can be deep fried. You can deep fry pretty much anything now.
Everything.
People pretty much deep fry anything. So if you're going to do a meat, though, it should be naturally tender. Like I said, if you have like a pot roast, you're not going to try and cook your whole roast in the fryer bowl, right? It would never cook in time. The outside would be like shoe leather. It would not be good, okay? All right, 35% of flavor in the deep fried food.
Is from the oil it's cooked in.
Yes, it's from the oil it's cooked in. So what are some other kind of oils?
There's canola oil, vegetable,
No.
olive,
Peanut oil. Like a lot of restaurants sometimes use peanut oil, which now you have to be careful about because just allergies. Just the other day, I think we learned that Chick-fil-A uses peanut oil, right? And there was a conversation about that.
I wonder I don't like Chick-fil-A. I don't like them.
Robert doesn't taste anything.
It doesn't really. It's just if you have an allergy, you shouldn't be.
No, I did taste it. It doesn't taste.
You did taste the peanuts.
Yeah.
So what does float refer to while we're deep fried? What happens when the food starts to float when we're deep fried?
The point when the item rises to the surface of the oil.
Keelan, you got the next one. Yes, the point when the item rises. All right, what does the float indicate, Keelan?
I don't know.
When the food's floating, you do this for your chicken. Now remember we talked about this? When the food floats, that means it's what? Anyone?
Get ready, chef.
Done. That means it's done. That one was yours.
I don't have paper.
Come on. All right, methods for deep fat frying. All right, swimming, basket or a double basket. So, swimming, what's that? Do we know what swimming is? What do we think?
Without the basket.
Without the basket, just swimming in the oil. Basket, obviously, is food cooked in the basket.
Are you gonna do swimming in this class?
We're gonna go swimming. All right, and then we have double basket.
Told you to look.
What's locked?
Children.
Oh, Mr. It's a set of big clothes. And then double basket. What do you think we use double basket for? We've done double
Oh, it's
basket.
like hold the stuff underneath the oil.
So something that automatically wants to float to the top, you need to get it all fried. We'll put the double basket on top and it holds it under the fryer. Right? When we cook our tortilla shells, that's an example of what?
Double basket.
Swimming, right? We take the baskets out and we put it in there by itself. All right, almost done. Recovery time. What's that to do with?
Amount of time it takes oil to reheat to the correct cooking temperature once food is added.
Right. So if you're deep fat frying a lot of food, you want to give your oil a chance to recover. All right. Because the temperature is going to go down the more food you put in. So if you're putting in cold chicken, right? You keep cooking fried chicken. Eventually, your temperature is going to go down unless you have a really great fryer. If you'll ever hear it, sometimes it'll cycle off when it reaches the temperature. And then once that oil starts to cool, it'll cycle back on. So if you ever hear that loud noise when you're frying, you're like, what is happening? You'll know that, you know, it's trying to keep the oil at optimal temperature. Right? It's the amount of time it takes. All right, what about the smoking point?
Temperature at which fats and oils begin to smoke, which means fat has begun to break down.
That is correct, yes. All right. So that's really important. Different oils have different smoke points. Okay? What did we talk about with the clarified butter?
Because it has the milk fats in it, it burns a lot quicker.
Yes, Keelan, we don't need close-ups. All right, Coppola. Have it.
Very close up on Keelan.
All right, so let's get back to the smoke point. So you can use different methods to increase your smoke point. So oil has a different smoke point. If you use clarified butter, that has a higher smoke point. Now, if you add a little olive oil and clarified butter together, you're going to get that great butter flavor and you're going to get that high smoke point. So that would be really good for sauteing. If you're just using regular whole butter, you're going to have to be very careful because it burns, right? The milk fats. That's what you're smelling burning. That's what's turning brown, are the milk fats. All right. All right. How do you guys feel about these?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah. All right. I'm going to let you guys pick your groups today. I paired you up last time. All right. The only stipulation, we're going to go up twice. Okay, so each group of two is going to get to go up twice. And I want to see both partners participating. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so we're going to do a quick round of scatter. I'd say only film like a couple. We don't need to get the entire class. We only have an hour. Okay.
31 minutes.
All right, we got our groups. Yeah. Let's get our groups. Let's get our group names.
Trying to win.
All right, Ronnie.
I need a partner.
All right, so you two. All right, you want to go first, Lady Trojans?
You want to go first? Believe job.
All right, first up we got the Lady Trojans.
Nobody wants to be
Where am I gonna find a cactus?
I'm just
All right. Oh, you're getting real great.
Actually, there is one somewhere.
Let's go,
Right next to y'all.
All right.
Oh my god.
All right. Whenever you ladies are ready, make sure you try to hold the camera steady. Okay.
Ready?
Keep it kind of close. Get right in their face.
We don't need right in the face.
Oh, you don't know how many right in the face shots you gotta use.
Don't do the wrong thing.
I'm sure it's gonna be wonderful.
I can't find it.
Oh, there it is.
Wow, you're in my head. Wow.
Where is this one?
You and you're my.
Team Scribble are doing so good.
It's not Team Scribble.
Team Lady Trojans. Okay, Jason, get it right.
Team Lady
You're
Push.
struggling.
What are you
You guys
doing?
feel like you're most of the time.
Okay, who's gonna go?
53.
Oh my gosh!
You guys screwed up.
All right.
How do you feel about your
55.0. Time to leave.
How do you feel about your face?
All right. Team, what do we got? Team Flash over here? What are we? Yeah, Team
My high school
Flash?
is like
Team Claro.
All right, Team Flash. Get up there. Show us what you
Not
got.
or two,
21?
I do better at baking, okay?
You do better at baking.
I've actually never had a partner that actually did so.
Oh.
What?
It's okay, Faith. I bet you college student name is the fan.
The fan man Felicia.
Kyle by himself.
He's the one man
We
fan.
were one person out.
Yeah, I'm not
How
gonna do
is
it.
a one man
Yeah,
band?
you
Oh, Keelan. Okay. When you go, we can just set it up on the tripod.
Or I can be the camera woman.
Yes, please sign up.
What the?
The one man fam. That's fun.
No,
They look too close together.
no. It's not that bad.
What's happening?
Alright, you can.
I was squished so I
Earthquake.
See, we didn't hear a bad.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
So all y'all who was grinding us up.
Right.
I was just trying at the end because you're both like,
I wasn't grinding you up.
Except for all of you.
I said you guys are gonna win.
Taking
Except for all of those who are grinding us
What?
up.
I didn't care about the time. I
Oh
cared
my
about
God,
the
this is
You
so
guys,
much.
you guys really screwed up because you're both touching it at the same
You know
time.
what, little? Stay over there.
Ways to add more strength. Wait.
Chef, we need to open the new Mexico so I can take a picture of all of them together. It'd be like hashtag new blender.
Chair. Like the chair.
That makes no sense.
I'm trying to put his feet on my like,
Get frustrated there.
Oh my god.
They don't
What?
go in them either.
Struggle.
Alright.
Thank
These
you, my,
ridiculous,
my
They really don't go with any.
Oh. Fine, jeez. Piggy.
All right, 99 seconds.
Why are you gonna be right here?
Team
Kitty?
Flash.
It's our team name.
That's okay, that's all this struggle.
Hi. How's
All
it going?
All right, Keelan, you can pause for a minute, okay?
No, here.
Just keep this
All right, come on.
on the microphone.
You can't handle. The end, we had the winner, Team No Name, over here. Congratulations. All right, you guys won with a pretty great score. Your last one was 29 seconds, beating the previous records from other schools, actually, as well. So that's pretty good. All right.
So good.
All right, now, so to test your individual knowledge. All right, we got a little quiz here, okay? Quiz, worksheet, whatever you want to call it. All right, it's worth points. All right, you are working on your own for this. Okay. You may use your notes if you'd like. So you are working on your own, okay? There. Yeah. There you go. All right, so the notes you have in front of you should help you with this. Okay, utilize them.
Thanks.
That's what it's hot. So you're matching, these are the admissions and these are the returns. Okay, so you're matching these also. So you've got this cross hatching to them there, okay? Alright, and these are matching, okay? Okay? Alright, go ahead. What? What's that piece? As long as these work. If it keeps them working, that will be okay.
Let's see what session we
Alright, after you guys are done this,
do. He doesn't like.
we're gonna get into the kitchen, and you're each gonna prepare a dish using the different method.
So I'm doing my eyes closed.
It's better.
That's better. What? Camera's watching you. So see everything you do over here.
I didn't like Kyle said. Stay still.
Or you can pause it and then we'll come back after they finish.
Collect these, okay? I will go over them, I will return them to you. Alright, so hopefully you guys have a better understanding of these words. Alright, so next we're going to get back into the kitchen. We are going to group you up. You'll each have a recipe using one of the dry heat cooking methods. And we will begin cooking. So go ahead, get back in the kitchen. We'll turn this off. In the kitchen, each of you have your culinary book. You have your recipe. You've been broken down into groups. You have your rubric in front of you as well. So at the end, you're going to get to go and you're going to get to rate each other's menus. So go ahead, get started on your recipes. I will be around to assist. So let me know if you need anything. Oh, go ahead and start working. Mine has license. Can you look over here again? Look over here. Yes. It's not, you know, not
All right,
crazy fun.
Chef, can you come here real quick too, though? We're using We're using chicken, right? Yeah, that's what it is.
But can we cut off the back part of that?
Yeah, there's some that don't have any fat or some. We'll get the real. And then you still have to take it out. Yeah, you have to get a hole. And then, so I would cut this.
Don't say that.
And then put it on your scale, weigh it, and then cut it.
Stop. Listen, I can hold you, baby. Don't say that. Sorry.
Alright, this should be enough. Sorry. And the rest of this will go over right now. Alright, so make sure you guys have keep your chicken separate from the rest of your stuff.
Except we may not have celery.
Alright, should we have celery? No, we have a whole. Let's do it. Watch out. Excuse me, seems like a better.
Should we make another thing?
Yeah, you can do what Terry was gonna do since he's not here.
Yes.
I wanted to do that.
Thank you. Thank you.
That one. Alright, so you guys are getting the tenderloin out. First of all, this is the sharp. So give me a sharp knife. We'll try that one. Well, it's probably not sharp. You need a voting knife. And then take the sharpening steel, just run it through there a couple times. This one or no, voting knife, like Kayla has, or small one. Oh, that one, yes. Get like a pan or something or bowl.
Get a burger. You gotta get a bowl.
If you need a hamburger chicken, give me a call. Remember for the press, you're following the good page.
Blue. Good.
Alright. Yep, on the back.
Raise up, smaller pan.
Regular, basil.
So, what is the rest? Okay, you can start.
Good morning to you. Look at that big ass bowl.
Tip, cut through, you watch them out.
So, yeah.
Huh?
It's like the medium size.
Get a bird.
Yep.
Do anybody need an onion?
So-
I don't need the whole thing.
Yes.
All right.
I
Need.
need,
Kind of stay, take off the
Oh, that's
here
perfect.
and see where you should cut it. Take off the main part. Just pop it. Okay, so you can do the same thing with that. You don't necessarily do the same thing. Alright, this is the thigh, this is the leg. You just kind of see where it, kind of, it's kind of telling you your right? So you don't need that for right now. Looking for the breast. Right, so that's the breast. This is the rib cage, right? Usually start from the top here. This one chicken sort of.
you see that man over there?
Right. Right, over here.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna have to cut the chicken.
Probably.
Do you know where to go? All right. Well, I'm going to teach you, right? It's gonna be the fun way to debone a bird. I like deboning chicken.
I love it. It feels like a little baby.
All right.
You don't want to image my house. That's sick.
All right. Go ahead.
Cut the breast off. Pretty much just a regular. This is a good regular stop. As you see. And yours is tenderloin. Where the chicken? No, you're gonna put that on the boat.
Did somebody put the chickens away?
Tenderloin on this breast.
Rob,
See this breast.
Jason,
Okay.
can you
So-
open that side close on?
Guys, when you're breaking down your chickens, let's separate the parts, okay? So we'll have some trays for legs and thighs and another tray for breasts, okay? So if you have to break down a chicken, you know, we can keep that stuff separate. When you're deboning, please save the bones or use up the stock, okay? So we'll get another container going for just bones. So please don't throw anything away.
Chad, here real quick.
Yes, ma'am.
Jason, where is Jason? You don't want a fat pie because it starts burning.
And then do your throwing knife, and then take your knife and.
Oh, okay.
Or I can use, it says half and half too. I said I can use chicken stock or half and half. I'll probably use half and half.
Yeah, you're using half and half for that one.
Oh, this one is good.
Keelan, I have a cast iron pan as well, if you
Huh?
want to use it. I have a cast iron pan.
Yes, ma'am.
Huh? Can you cut this line out? Yep. Yes, but you're going this way, right? Yes. Because if you look, this is the road, so you stay really close to all this. So you want to get up on this side.
Yeah.
And I just hold it, just a little touch.
Does anybody need anything that's not on?
No. That's nice, so you don't have a lot of waste right there. That's good. Cut that out, yep. See that, this will be our stock container, or? what are we gonna-
Well, like the spines?
Yeah, I'll take your spines and whatever. If you're devoting the breast, I'll take the rib cages. Huh?
That sounds good to me.
I'll take all the rib cages. Make soup with them. Well, what happened to my jackets? Did you put like bleach in with them? What did you put in with them? They're all like weird dark shirts. That's this trash. Hair's cut up.
Well, here's 4 ounces.
These are thighs. This is stock.
You know the other.
No.
Mind if I use my see how you can see the one right there? I don't know how you always missed.
Every time, because I would end up doing something else. Oh. I learned how to do it. I can do it.
Yes, that's what I want to do. Otherwise, you do enough so that everyone is.
I need voted chicken.
I need like the littlest part.
Alright, you got the garlic, the garlic, the oregano, and the basil.
Alright.
Is that Gucci with you?
Does anybody else have any tenderloins they're not using?
Are you, who else is using breast?
There's an extra breast.
Is there a tenderloin attached? No.
Here's all the bread. Chef, here's a bowl of quarters and wings.
Bless you.
Either way, quarters and wings is fine.
Finally, 4.
Keelan, you're gonna need quarters and wings? What do you need? I got quarters.
Mine says frying chicken 2 pounds, 8 ounces, 3
You don't
pounds.
have.
Each cut into 8 pieces.
Well, why don't you use these that are already cut up for you?
And not cut over
And
chicken.
I'll grab a chicken.
Don't we just use those?
But I have a bunch of quarters in here.
Alright.
Turn back.
Wow, Chef, you like you
Can I
hot.
save your life?
No, you did not see my
Make
life.
it
You
harder
made
for
it
you.
worse. Holy crap.
If you want to break it down, go ahead.
No. I'm talking about these onions. When I had to come down and look, the chicken came up. Oh no. Oh my god.
So you're good?
Ah.
Yeah, we're good.
Chef, you got Chinese rice wine?
Kayla.
Yes, we have rice
Yes.
later.
Your onion. I cut up your onion. I don't know why you did it.
I need a small guy.
Guys,
All right,
make
it's right
sure you're
there then.
cleaning up as you go.
I'm gonna
Okay?
refrigerate my chicken for 2 hours. Go for it. Go. Feel like I have onion goggles.
Are you good?
And it's your cut, got to be. For the next.
How would you egg wash? It says egg wash. 4 eggs, 4
Just
eggs.
put eggs and milk together.
Okay. I didn't know it. No, it says egg wash.
I gotta go put the bird back. Large egg large.
If you don't see it, bring white
Got
one
it.
to go there.
Got it.
I don't think I did this.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not strong enough to cut.
Smell of flavor.
You gotta, you can take your knife, get it in there, and then go down. And then,
Oh, you got the oregano
Bird back.
I was seasoning flour.
so you use the tip to
I'll
get
be covered.
it in there.
I'm not even sure what I'm doing.
Chef, it's vinegar. It was vinegar that I used, right?
Yes, white vinegar. Does anyone need a half of an onion?
Here, do you want the other half then?
You can wrap it up.
Yeah, we'll do
What were y'all doing during y'all trip?
Oh no, you didn't.
All right. That's where the hand, put it on the side. Yep, flat. Use a half and half and the vinegar. Use a half and half. In here.
Use the half and half.
Yeah.
For words.
Yeah.
I need half and half. mixing over there. I'm not really sure.
Not Elmo's world. Maybe if you're the only one using it. You can do that. You can not do that. No, you Rob, that's only if you're baking. We're making it too difficult. Okay.
Middle. Give me white vinegar.
Was there any spices in there? That's only if you're baking. You don't. You can mix it. Grab a fork and mix it. Okay.
How much? I need 8 ounces. Can I use 1 ounce of this?
8 ounces is a cup. 1 tablespoon.
I'm talking about, so I use 1 ounce of vinegar for a big meal. This is 7 ounces of vinegar.
Tablespoons per cup.
It's half an hour. Oil. Half an hour.
Are we going to use that one? Yeah, like.
Chef, a big lemon.
I think we have some in the walk-in. If we have some lime.
Can you see if there's lemon? If not, grab
We clean as we work.
some like, if not, grab lime.
Thank you.
Start right here, right? Butter on there. You know, you can lot that like.
Get the oil.
You know, and then bring it down from there.
Oh, never mind.
Get under there, you know.
I know what it's talking about. All right, middle. No, I said, well. All right.
Were you doing all right? Kayla, you doing okay? Yes. Yes,
That starts Clark.
Thank you for it. Be kind. Oh, no, it's clean out of work? Okay. That's what's up. That's Gucci. I don't care.
What?
No, always clean out of work? Okay. You know, always clean out of work? Okay.
Guys, make sure you clean as you go.
Gas for lunch? Okay. We got gas in this class. Look, I had one night where we were 6. Apparently, my life. I'm feeling fine.
Alright, so I just broke off like a knot. Okay. Go up the top side there. You use feel or you use a knife? Because it's still like vibrate. And then I would modify the and then put it directly in the
I think.
Carry out all of these with me.
Now we've all come to the end, we've all made our dishes. Let's go around the room. We'll start over here with Ronnie and Rob. Tell us what your dish is. Tell us what dry heat cooking method you used, and then we'll get to a chance to taste it.
Okay. We made a spicy And do the sauce for your chef instead of.
Including set?
Next, man.
I'm gonna eat that too.
Okay, all right, up next we have Brandon and Kyle. Go ahead, tell us what you made.
We made our grilled chicken breast with our red pepper butter. We used a dry cooking of the grill. Of course, we made grown up pepper party.
Make sure you piece in a little bit of butter. So guys, compound butters are super easy to make. Like they only made a roasted red pepper, and you just need to make sure you have nice soft butter. And then you just roll it into a roulade, and then you can keep those in your refrigerator for like a pretty good amount of time. So they're always a nice accompaniment. It would be really nice with like a nice steak, you know, great with chicken. So you know, makes it a little fancier. Great for presentations. The butter starts to melt and you're eating it. Got a nice kick to it. I'll clean all your plates. So you take something as simple as like a grilled chicken breast, which is, you know, and then you like, you know, made it really nice with that butter. Good job. All right. Next we have Brianna and Adam. Go ahead, guys.
Okay, we made chicken stir fry. Instead of using snow peas, we used broccoli, and our dry heat method was stir fry.
Okay. Well, it was, sorry about the presentation, it is long, but we had to separate. So first, we season our flour, we have a fire in our leg together. So when we pan fry them, we took them off, put them back in the oven so they can cook. Then we use the grease, all the oil from when we made the chicken. We used it to make our gravy. We didn't use everyone. We only used some of it. When we did that, we sauteed our onions in it. And then when we sauteed our onions, then we put then we used our heavy cream to mix it together. Then we added a little chicken stock, salt and pepper to season it. Then we took out the onions because it's, like Seth said, it's supposed to be just a smooth sauce, and what we're doing right now is tasty.
Okay. Like the gravy was good. Nice crispy outside, very good. All right, do you have any questions about any of this stuff? Any questions you want to ask the other people, how they made it? What do we think was our favorite for today?
I like Brandon's. Yeah, I like Brandon's.
I like Brandon's Halo, that was fun.
I like Ronnie's too.
Yeah. I could eat more of that. I like you guys. It's like nice and fresh for summer. I like the sauce. The sauce is I just threw it together. That red pepper really brightened it up. So, all right, guys, our next lesson will be on moist heat cooking methods. Okay, so look forward to that.